All right. Feeney Talks with Friends, episode 60. This is a huge accomplishment. I'm looking forward to this episode. We have a wonderful guest, Adrienne Billings-Smith. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
This is Feeney Talks with Friends. We talk to wonderful people that are doing great things in the community, and today Adrienne does wonderful things in our community. I'm very excited that she's here, right?
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
So excited, actually. Thank you. I've been waiting for my invitation if you guys really want to know.
My name is Eric Feeney, founder and president of Friends of Feeney. Our mission is to help children and families that have heartbreak or tragedy. And again, I use this podcast to talk to wonderful people in the community. They're doing great things. All thanks to my buddy Dave at Direct Line Media and Kyle. And we are here at 141 Shield Street at WeHa Roasting and Brewing. Last episode was a great one. Episode 59, we filmed at Gastro Park with the Vulgar Chef. He makes Pepto-Bismol pancakes and glizz burgers. Do you know what a glizzy is?
Yes.
What's a glizzy?
A hot dog.
Very good. Glizzies.
I got a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old niece. I figured it out quickly.
Well, in addition to number 60, this is a big celebration. We're going to celebrate. We have with us today Connecticut's Remarkable Woman of the Year 2022. It's a celebration. Get him over there. Got it? Boom. I'm honored to speak with you. Congratulations. That is an amazing accomplishment. How do you feel? Can you tell us about it?
I feel really good. I mean, 2022 has been a great year, a lot of change, a lot of accomplishments, but mostly just getting to know my community better. But I feel good about the recognition. I did not expect it. When you're doing this work, you put your head down and you do it and hope for good outcomes because you're not doing it for any recognition. You're doing it for your people. So.
Yeah. Well, at school, we do a Buffy's Best. I'm at Wolcott Elementary School, and our mascot is Buffy. And the Wolcott way is being respectful, responsible, and ready to learn. And I want to present you with we put a little Friends of Feeney sticker, Adrienne Ace Billings-Smith, responsible, respectful, and ready to help. And we have a little narrative. Adrienne, is always respectful and responsible. She's a wonderful community member. I am proud to know her. Congratulations on being named Remarkable Woman of the Year. Today's date, and it's signed by me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go. And I want to give you another gift. We have gifts. We have keychains. Please pick one that you would like. I'm going to hold them up and maybe. Yes. Thank you very much. That is a keychain, and that is thanks for, this is Dazzled Creations by Daisy, my coworker at school. She has made these wonderful things.
Thank you, Daisy.
Keychain, yeah, she's really talented. Dazzled Creations by Daisy on Instagram. Dazzled Creations BYD on Cash App. Dazzled Creations BYD on, is that Venmo or Instagram? Okay, my eyes are getting bad.
Where are your reading glasses at?
Dazzled, thank you, Daisy. I was Daisy's daughter's teacher a couple years ago, and now the daughter's in middle school, so maybe that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Amaya Elise is a wonderful student. Daisy's a wonderful person. These are what she's made. We got this one. Very nice. Very cool. And we got that one right there. Adrienne, hold it up. Thank you. In addition to gifts, we're going to keep the gifts coming.
I love gifts.
Gifts. This is a gift voucher for a free app and beverage here at WeHa Roasting and Brewing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm loving this.
Right? Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the Shield Street, and we are on Shield Street. So cheers to you.
Cheers.
No. I'm very excited that you're here. Episode 60. Another decade. Dave does a Behind the Brand. He interviewed me on the way out. I said, hey, Dave, what do you think about me asking the questions and you recording? And here we are, 60 episodes later. Our 50th episode was a live podcast at Playhouse on Park. It was a fundraiser. It was great. Dave volunteers all of his time and support. I can't thank him enough. He's all right. He's a good friend. So we have sponsors. We have Kyle. Oh, Kyle's all right too. Kyle.
Woo, woo. Hey, Kyle. We see you.
We have sponsors, and WeHa Roasting and Brewing is a sponsor. Donut Crazy, The Fix IV, Keating Agency, Insurance, Gastro Park, and West Hartford Lock. So with West Hartford Lock, let's get right into it. What are your 3 keys that make you great at your new job, equity coordinator of the town of West Hartford?
I think that's a great question. I think my 3 keys that make me great at my job, I think my background. A lot of people don't know that I'm also a flight attendant, and I'm an attorney. And as you know, I was town councilor. And I think my background gives me a different view of the world and of our community, and of the greater community, of how we see each other on a daily basis. I think that's a key. I think the ability to talk to folks that are different than me. I think when you can actually communicate and have a conversation with people, you can get through a lot of things together. And the 3rd key, I think because I believe in it.
Very
I
nice.
think, being previously a basketball player, when you buy into something and you buy into a system, you can do great things together. So I think when you really believe in something and you're passionate about something, then you will succeed. So I think believing in the work.
Great. Yeah, communication, background, and believing in yourself. I love it. No, you're great. Yeah, let's talk about that. Which one came first, lawyer or flight attendant?
Flight attendant.
Wow, that's so interesting. What goes into it? Do you go to college? You sign up? Is there a tryout?
So I'll give you the whole backstory. So also I was a college basketball coach. I did mention that earlier when we were talking, and I decided, all right, I don't want to burn out on this basketball thing. So what do I like about the basketball thing? And I said, oh, I like the traveling. So I called my mom one day and say, I think I'm going to be a flight attendant, and she said, okay. So when you're going to be a flight attendant, you go through crazy training, emergency training. It ain't cokes, y'all. You go through life-saving training, things that have happened to you on crash landings, all those sorts of things that you see in movies that hopefully will never, ever, ever, ever happen in real life. So you go through, you're a first responder. You're up there in the air and things are happening that could happen down here. So you go through an extensive training for, I think I lived in Chicago for over 2 months. And you learn about, I'm with United, so you learn pretty much about every aircraft you could think of on the line. So it's really interesting, and it's a great job because not only are you helping folks, but you're getting to see the world. And I think that's what I love about it still so much. Every day is something different. Every location is different, and you don't even recognize the beauty you have in your backyard. And when you're a flight attendant, you get to see all that.
That's so cool. I knew I think I overheard a flight attendant, and he's like, yeah, I got to get my hair cut today. I got to fly to Houston. My barber's in Houston.
That's how I used to be.
And it's like, he had a person for something in because you fly for free,
Yeah.
right? And it was just amazing to hear. I'm like, oh man, that's cool.
That's how it used to be. When we first moved to Connecticut, I would fly all the way back home to Florida to go get my hair done. And when I first started, and I was living between DC and Chicago, I would fly back and went to my childhood dentist to Florida. So that's how it is. You can go anywhere. There's people who go to Brazil and Beijing, and just to get
Where are
things
like
done.
top 3 cool spots that you've been to?
My favorite place, and my mom and I go on like mommy-daughter vacations together. My wife gets left at home with the kid. But Hong Kong, we did a cool trip, and we went to Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia. That was great. Within the United States, I actually love going to the Midwest, and I love Jackson Hole and Jackson Hole and Nebraska and South Dakota. I love going to those places. 2 Easters in a row I think I've spent in Palm Springs. And then, anytime in Europe during this time when they have all the festival lights out. So from Zurich to anywhere in Germany.
Wow, that's very cool. Oh, I think that's amazing.
And Australia is top.
Do they give you training on how to deal with passengers that are not being good friends?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
'Cause
You
you
go
see
through
these-
that.
yeah.
You go through
I feel bad sometimes.
de-escalation
There's
training. But it's
Okay.
hard. You're still human, and you still have to protect yourself. It's really hard, but it's like, again, like any other first responder, there are people who are whatever's creating that situation that you have to be able to de-escalate those situations and use your tools that are provided to you.
And when was your last flight?
2 months ago, because I started the new position.
Oh, okay. When will be your next one, you think?
I don't know.
Very cool. All right, now go into the law.
Yeah.
Where'd you go for your law degree and stuff?
In Florida Coastal. So I was in Jacksonville.
And what did you practice?
Family.
Wow. You're like, like LeBron's good down low, good 3-point shooter, good at defense, good passer, good rebounder. That's like you. You're an all-around player.
I try.
This is amazing.
I
A
try.
lawyer,
Yeah.
flight attendant, equity device director,
Yeah.
coordinator, basketball coach.
Yep.
This podcast is going to be like 5 hours long.
You're so funny. No, the lawyer thing is, it's cool. It takes a toll on you. So when COVID hit and it kind of shut down the world, it did shut down the world. When it shut down the world, I was able to finish up some of my last cases and kind of take a break from it, because when people hear you do family law, they understand what that entails. And I was at that point of trying to figure out what kind of law I wanted to do next. So that's when, CPCWH started and I started doing the equity work. But being an attorney, again, taught me those things when it comes to dealing with people who are in the worst situations of their life and sometimes the best situations of their life, but also the knowledge of policy, right? The knowledge of law, of negotiation and mediation. So it gives you such a great foundation to even just go to school, but also be an attorney in practice. It gives you such a great foundation to deal with everyday things. So every piece of my life has had a purpose that leads to the next step. So I've been really fortunate and blessed in that way.
No, truly remarkable. It's great. What about, so your new position, equity coordinator, you said you just started, right? How many days on the job?
Today is officially day 6, but 3rd week, but day 6. It's cool.
Yeah, how did that feel? Because you did make a sacrifice to take the position. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So, I called every confidant, talked to family, talked to friends, talked to my fellow council members, to see what it looked like, talking to your best friends, just like, what would this look like? Then, you get the pieces where you worked your butt off to get here. Like, you sure you want to give this up? You're just in it. And this is, people voted for you this is a no-brainer. This is what you've been doing. Why wouldn't you go do this, this job? So, it really came down to my family, Like I said, I haven't flown for 2 months because I was able to take leaves. It's allowed me to do that. But now I'm home every night. I'm actually, doing things. I took the job because while I was in the community in a certain way on council, this puts me in the community. This puts me with the folks who are doing the work within our facilities and buildings and in town hall, to really create a culture of inclusiveness, exclusivity, I should say, a culture of diversity, a culture of equity, learning from each other, figuring out how to better ourselves for our residents. It really puts me into a space to get feedback from our residents of what they think and how they feel represented in our town, what we can do better to support them through services and resources and programs. So I feel really good. I'm happy. I'm still a part of the mission and vision that I had, that I set out, with or for. So
How long did you serve on town council?
I was there for almost 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And this town council, are you in a certain area of town? Or you are like collectively all on the town council taking care of the town? Or is it
Yeah.
broken up into?
It's a,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And how was the application process? Did you apply? Did you interview?
Yes.
Were there mock
Oh,
presentations?
For the equity.
Yeah.
You full
Everything I just
everything.
said?
Everything. We went through multiple interviews, really great candidates, I would presume, on there. I do know some because they're afterwards we're friends, but it was great to see how another piece of our system, right? How that works, the interviewing process, how we're recruiting candidates, what we're looking for in candidates, which helps now on this end, now that I'm on the other side, how do we continue to tweak that to ensure that we're getting, a diverse pool of candidates, make sure that we're doing our best to represent ourselves as a town. So it was really cool. While I was being interviewed, I was like, if I get this, let me take some notes while I'm sitting here through these interviews. So, yeah.
Very cool. And it was a brand new position, right?
Yeah.
So no one have held it before.
Nope.
So you are setting, paving the way, clearing the path.
No pressure.
I was going to say, you don't have shoes to fill because you are the shoes. So amazing. Well, I think pick the right person. I don't know who interviewed, but you have. I congratulate you, and I look forward to everything that you're going to do. I know it's going to be great. Please let me know how I can help. Teacher in town, run a nonprofit in town. You run a nonprofit. Can you continue to run your nonprofit?
Yeah, I'll continue to run the nonprofit. My board is great. They've picked up whatever slack that I've left, and we're trying to continue to build on the mental health piece, and supporting our community and our adults and our families and our children. And they've been great. I have the best board ever.
You want to talk them up? So we're going to talk about the Concerned Parents of Color of West Hartford.
Yeah, I will talk them up. So when I started it, I was looking for people who I could trust in that moment. It was not a pretty moment when I started CPCWH. It was a moment of mourning, a pivotal moment of where I was in my life, and I needed people around me that I could trust who saw my vision, who could help support that, who could help build that. So the folks that I asked to be on the board were perfect. And before COVID even happened, there was already a mental health crisis within communities of color and families of color, dealing with different triggers and traumas. So I wanted to be centered on their well-being, and knowing that they had support from others who understood. So, the majority of my board are licensed clinicians who know what they're doing, and have done an amazing job. The others on my board are community activists in their own ways. It's not a person who prefers to be on the TV screen. These are folks who get in there and want to do the work and are creating pathways and solutions for others. So I'm just I couldn't brag on them enough, and the partnerships have been the most important thing of the folks that I've met along the way, that we've been able to support and help each other. Because when I speak to, the traumas and the mental health, I always also speak to the fact that we need to acknowledge Black joy, BIPOC joy, those pivotal moments that are great for our communities and other marginalized communities. So I want that on display also, and that was the thing behind Juneteenth, is to make sure that people knew. And I hate the word resiliency because it feels like that's a lot of pressure, because some days you don't want to be resilient, right? Some days you want to be like, leave me alone. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do the work. But to show our community that there's something beautiful within this culture, within our people, things that they didn't know about their own history. So I always want to bring that up front, to make sure people know that there's so many beautiful things about all of about our diverse community here in West Hartford.
Yeah, we'll talk about Juneteenth, but I wanted to play a game that maybe will lead to that.
All right.
On events that you've had. Events or fundraisers that concern parents of color have done. We'll do first, last, best, worst. It's a storytelling game. So your first event, your last event, your best event, and your worst event. Any order you want.
Does event count as like the talks and stuff?
Yeah,
Like the
presentations.
Okay, so the first event. Oh, actually, I think the first event was Juneteenth. First event was Juneteenth.
This June will be its third.
Will be its third.
Right? Yeah.
Last event will be,
Like your most recent one.
yeah, our most recent thing that we've done. We did
Something about stress and anxiety for school?
that. No, that was community of concern. The last one we did through families was a get together at Elizabeth Park, and we had like a family oriented like trust between caretakers and their children. So that was awesome. We had a good turnout for that. The best, I don't know. I love all of our events. Our the one that's coming up next, because we're in between, is our coat drive, which you participated in last year, and thank you. I love all of our events.
We have coats again, so let's collaborate again.
Absolutely.
Yes, that started our relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got your number, or I saw that you were doing a coat drive. We were doing a coat drive, and
Boom.
it was great.
And it was great.
And we've been talking ever since, and I look forward to continuing this partnership and collaboration. So, do you have a not worse one, but maybe one that didn't go so well, or one that you learned from?
I think the one that's taken the most time to get off the ground, which we had one, it was great, is our teen talk. And it's just trying to figure out the right space for them to be in. We open it up for them to have the discussion. We might have like a prompting like topic, but then we let them be free, and we try to keep it as adult free as possible. So I don't even go. So it's two of our family and marriage therapists and social workers. They go, but they are hands off, and kind of like if anything inappropriate happens, they can shut it down. But that's the one that I think is the most challenging, but it's the one that I feel like would be the most beneficial if we could get that off the ground, and giving our teens a space to come to that they can really talk about issues that are happening to them.
Do you have a date on that one, or is it a future event?
Yeah, we'll start back. That'll start back in January, because like I said, we had been doing Zoom, and we're now looking for a space to hold our talks and our teas. It's called What's the Tea. So
Do you have a date on the coat drive?
coat drive will be December 26th, I think, because that's the day after Christmas.
Yep.
That's when I usually start it, because then people are ready to give up their old coats.
Smart.
So
Do you have a
December
location?
26th. Usually we do it at Blue Elephant. I have not contacted them because I was thinking maybe I would change the location, but I will definitely let you know. I might add locations.
Okay.
Because they've been great. It's a central location. It's easy to get to, and everyone goes there. And we do pickups and drop-offs. And then my wife gets really frustrated because her entire garage is covered in
I was a drop off, and I saw that garage. I was like, oh, when that door opens, you might get hit with an avalanche.
Yeah.
It was great. Well, we have some events coming up too. A Friends of Feeney hockey game,
Nice.
February 3rd. Let's see what else. Where's my paper? Oh. Day of Giving, we just did. Holiday Stroll, we'll be having, passing out hats. Toy drive here at WeHa Roasting and Brewing on December 3rd. A toy drive at Sock Stars, December 10th. The Meet and Mingle fundraising for a call, networking for a cause event on January 24th. Just said the hockey game. Johnny's Jog has chosen Friends of Feeney to be their Clover Club charity, which was
Nice.
great. And we're collaborating with School of Rock in April for a Battle of the Bands.
I love School of Rock.
Right.
They're so great.
Scott is awesome.
He is so great. He has every year, even when he wasn't expecting it the first year, has shown up and made sure we had instruments and sound at Juneteenth. And I lied, our last event was our book bag drive, and it was
that's right.
It was great. It was
Right before school.
Right before school. We love it. The families that come, and we get like. Now you're starting to see the same families that are like the book bag drive, and I love it because now you're watching
Right
your
in front of
kids grow.
Town Hall.
Always in
And
front
you
of
fill
Town
it
Hall.
with some goodies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So great. So
And
great.
our community, and I just want to thank our community, as you know, from people who donate to your causes. People always come through in West Hartford.
Yeah.
And that's something that we can always be proud of. That our people always come through when they see people in need, and I just love West Hartford.
It's an amazing place in that regard.
Yeah.
I can honestly say. Yeah, toy drive. So there's the toy drive box. We're going to have one here. We're going to start putting boxes around town. Uber Dog's going to get a box. A family's going to do on South Main Street. They have wonderful lights. And when you go by and look at their lights, they'll maybe hopefully ask for a toy. So that's some cool things.
Cool.
Yeah, and we just won. I want to humble brag, but favorite nonprofit.
Woo woo! Congratulations.
Very proud of this. And while we're on to this topic, favorite coffee of WeHa of West Hartford was, in fact, WeHa Roasting and Brewing
All right.
on 141 Shield Street.
Nice.
And we have some samples.
Let's go for
We're
it.
going to try some coffee from Costa Rica. Now, Ace, and I are not the biggest coffee drinker. Gotta press the see, not the biggest coffee. You gotta press the button, Feeney. So this is the Costa Rica. Don't you go laughing over there, Kyle? I see you. You want to try this, Kyle? Costa Rica.
Get in on it.
Costa Rica. All right, Costa Rica. Let's cheers to the Costa Rica. It's hot. It's probably very strong. Cheers. Smells good.
Probably make a great Irish coffee.
Ooh. Okay. You want to try some, Dave?
Yeah, what is it?
Costa Rican.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know what it is. Okay.
We'll let you take it. I don't know if we have another. Oh,
Coffee?
yeah.
You want coffee?
Well, let's get you a
Get
cup.
in here,
You
Dave.
Get a couple glasses over there. Costa Rica. So, no, you can't beat it. I mean, it's, like you said, it's no cream, no sugar. It's not that bad. It's freshly made. He poured it a certain way. Oh, right here.
it's
My
right
bad.
Oh, thank you.
He poured it a certain way, like not the drip.
Let me show off my flight attendant skills. There
Oh,
you
that
go.
was
You see
smooth.
You see that?
I did see that. Peanuts? Trash? Peanuts?
That's good.
Yeah. Here.
It's WeHa's brand?
Yeah.
That is
They
WeHa
are-
Brewing Company.
They earned Best of West Hartford.
Best of West
coffee
Hartford for coffee.
for coffee. We're going to try another one. The Ethiopian. You ready for the Ethiopian? Can you get one that we can pour into? Oh, Dave's not going to make it. Your flight
Dave.
attendant skills? Your flight
I
attendant skills.
promise I didn't put anything in it.
Better get over there and help him out. Can we have another cup, Dave, so we can pour this out? And we're going to try a different flavor. Unless you're going to finish
Just
it.
drink it.
All right, let's just chug it. Ah. All right, we got it. No, we're good.
worry about
we're
it.
good. Sorry. And now this is the Urograph. Urograph?
see.
Ethiopia Urograph. Cody said it earlier. Uragrath. Cody.
Ethiopia. You're. I don't know. Here, but let me show you.
Show it. Yeah, you can read it at home. There's blueberry, Meyer lemon, lavender, light medium roast. All right, let's try it. Ethiopia. Okay, a little darker. Hopefully tell the difference.
Oh, I can smell the difference just right then. Ooh, you can smell the blueberry on that.
Hotter, that's for sure. Careful. I learned that the hard way, the little hot stove lesson. No, the blueberry, you're right. And
oh, my goodness.
Very clear, not like...
Yeah, you can... That's...
No, they're not kidding when it says light. Like, very clear to see through. No flakes. This is great coffee.
I like this one.
All right.
I mean, if you're going to put coffee in front of me and, like...
Do you have a coffee
this
maker?
This would be nice with, like, just a little bit of... I don't know. I almost think you don't drink this with cream, like normal coffee drinker wouldn't, because they want that in there.
I wonder how
it's
much
like
caffeine.
A coffee chamomile, right?
Ooh, I was going to say.
With the lavender. Nice on them.
Oh, very excited to announce their Toro Tabanero is opening up a kitchen here. Starts tomorrow.
Nice.
So if you've been to Toro over on Park Road or the food truck, Mama Nina. So
I love Toro.
Good
Tapas,
stuff.
Toro Taberna. Very good.
So I've been a teacher for 19 years. And do you have a favorite teacher?
I do. His name was Mr. Gilchrist. He was I'm thinking it must have been my 10th grade history teacher. Everyone will know him. He was just the coolest guy. And every day he would just give you a fun random. And everyone who knows me knows I love history. Like, I'm working on a history project right now. Like, everyone knows I love history. And it's because of him. I mean, I've always loved history, but it's because of small little facts he would give you every day, random, middle of a sentence, like, and, you know, he was great. He ended up passing away after he'd seen his grandchild. He was so excited. I remember the class like it was yesterday. We were all in there and we were all being loud, and he's like, oh, I'm driving up to Georgia to see my grandchild who's just born, his first grandchild. And the next week we got news that he didn't make it. He got in a car accident, and it was really devastating for our entire school because everyone knew him and everyone loved him. He was just the sweetest guy. And it was just like, why, you know?
That sends a shock to the school. It's terrible. I'm so sorry.
But he was the best because he made you love history, because he wasn't giving it to you straight out of the book. He was just random stuff that you would always remember throughout your life.
I know my teacher, I remember the day I got hooked on history. The guy is like, yeah, like a kid gave each other the middle finger. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you know where the middle finger came from? And I'm like, I had no clue. I'm going to mess this up, but it's been a while. But French soldiers would shoot an arrow. Mm-hmm. So you need this to shoot the arrow. And if their opponent, I want to say, I'm messing this up again. I just want to name someone, but like the Swedish, I don't know. So their opponent, again, this is terrible, but if their opponent caught them, they would chop off their finger. Uh-huh. So when they saw their opponent and they still had their finger, they're like, look, I still got it. So it was like, ha ha, yeah. I still got my finger in your face. So that's where that came from. Again, I probably should be better listening. The facts are not there, but
I'm sure we can Google it.
Google's. But it was very interesting, and I was like...
See, but those are the facts. That's why you end up... I'm going to assume most people's favorite teacher ends up being their history teacher because they have the best facts. Tell me a math fact.
Right? PEMDAS. Which it's not even cool anymore.
It's not any... I was going over it with Russell this summer, and I was like...
Don't talk about PEMDAS anymore.
I was like, we're supposed to do this in order, and it wasn't...
Yeah.
What's the so I
Pluto's
was
no
on
longer
Khan
a planet,
Academy,
right?
on Khan Academy trying to figure out how to do it again.
I guess there's a fifth ocean. Pluto's not a planet anymore. But what's going on? The South Ocean. Did you know that?
Well, where? I mean, obviously we can figure out where,
South
but
Ocean. I couldn't believe it. You might have to Google that one too.
so here we are.
And you were born in North Dakota or
Yeah,
South Dakota?
how'd you figure that out?
North Dakota.
Were you Googling again?
Oh yeah, Google's.
The Googles. Yeah, I was
I got
born
to
in
the end of the internet looking you up.
I was born in North Dakota, Minot Air Force Base. My grandfather was in the Air Force and my father, so I am an Air Force brat. Proud military brat.
Did that lead into the flight attendant a little bit?
No.
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 Flying.
No. Selfishness of travel led into flight attendant. That's what got me
I like
there.
your honesty. And so Air Force brat, that's great. So North Dakota, and then you must, being a brat, that means you bounced around.
So I went, luckily my grandfather was on his way out of the Air Force. So I went North Dakota, Tennessee, then landed in Florida. And then that's where I was raised, in Florida. And then after, it was still in my blood. So then after Florida, I went to New York, D.C., Chicago, back home to Florida. And then here we are in lovely West Hartford, Connecticut. So I
impressive.
took my tour of the East Coast and a little Midwest.
Now, is Jackson Hole, is that where they have, you mentioned that earlier, geysers and stuff, and you look at? Or
Yeah,
is that somewhere else?
Yellowstone's off
Okay.
about 2 hours away. So you're next to
Okay. What's in Jackson Hole to do?
Jackson Hole skiing.
Okay.
Jackson Hole is
Because my wife mentioned she wants
an
to go there.
awesome spot. Ski, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful in the winter. It's beautiful in the summer. You're right next to the national park. We just went in February. My wife goes on a ski trip. They're not going this February, but every year. And so I went with her this year. And I had been, obviously, being a flight attendant, but I just love Jackson Hole. It's a really cool spot.
Been there more than once? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. A couple times.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Too many times.
It's a good spot. Everyone enjoys it.
All right, so do you have a favorite restaurant?
Don't get me in trouble with West
I know,
Hartford people.
you don't have to name West Hartford. A lot of people go outside of West Hartford just to stay safe. Or you could say 2 or 3. There's a follow-up question, so.
So, oh gosh, a couple different spots. So in New York, in Queens, in Forest Hills, there's this Cuban restaurant named Cabana, and that's probably the best paella. There's also a really great paella that sits in Jersey City, and I know you're like you're naming everything near here and not anything international. I love food, so I can't. But in West Hartford, I love every
Do you
restaurant.
get meat in your paella or no meat?
Meat, straight up, all of it.
Seafood?
Absolutely.
Nice.
I want it legit. Oh, when I on one of those mother-daughter trips, we did like a 6-day 5-country trip. Stopped in Barcelona and did a paella making class.
Wow, that's cool.
But in West
A lot of
Hartford,
water goes into paella, right? Or no?
well,
a lot of
broth.
rice and
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of broth more. So in West Hartford, my favorite spots that you can catch me at, Savoy.
Do you do the spicy honey drizzle pizza? Oh, what was that?
I do the Betty Revita.
Ooh, what's that?
But that's the
So Saprita is, I think, the one I like.
yes, and that's my second favorite. Betty Revita is prosciutto,
Yep. Go on.
figs,
Yep. Okay.
arugula, and it's a white pizza, which I love. So
Yeah.
it is like
That's right up my alley.
the sopressata that you like is very good, and my son loves hot honey, so he's all about it. But I love Savoy. I love anything Max. I love Brico. That's like our spot. Hayuban. ramen. Like I like
Where's Hayuban? Is that?
Tayuban is right next to a place to be, which is a great brunch spot.
Yep,
I go up and down. I just eat when I like
Billy
know I
Grant
need to go.
has confirmed to be a guest. We're going to do a cooking show. So if you know Billy, I don't know, he's kind of dodging me right now, or he's
Billy
too busy.
is a busy man.
I know he's very busy.
He's a busy man, but yeah, we always like,
But he's going to come on soon to be guest.
yeah, I mean, Coma, Ocho, like I
yeah.
love.
You can't go wrong in West Hartford.
You cannot. I have
Do you
people.
ever do the circuit where you like stop in, get an app and a drink, go here, stop in, get an app and a drink, then you split an entree here, then you split an entree there.
And you know what's a new one? Last night, a friend drove up to see me, and we went to Rosa Mexicano,
Where's that?
spicy, where the old Bar Louie is across from.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Spicy margaritas are delicious, and they have a mezcal margarita that is like, they call it their Instagram drink, and it's delicious, nice and smoky.
Mezcal is like such a burnt wood taste.
Yeah. And
You
it
like
was
that? I mean, it's acquired.
It was very good.
How long has that been open?
Rosa's just open. Like
Okay.
maybe a month
I feel like
ago.
it's very new.
El Santo is good.
Ooh, yeah.
Have you been?
Woolkit parents, so great people. Yep. Oh yeah, like El Santo.
Great spicy margaritas. Yeah, you really can't go wrong. You can like Sparrow just open up. They have
Haven't been there yet.
they have a great
I saw this sweet
Pizza
potato
and
pizza
salad.
or not sweet potato, but just different funky pizzas like with a white cheese. Oh, what was it?
They have really cool stuff, and I love the art in there. And you want to know, like, really, like, we're literally sitting across the street from one of the best restaurants ever. Shoe. I could probably eat there every day.
Oh, wow. I got to try that one now, too.
Shoe is authentic Chinese, and I'm gluttonous when it comes to.
All right,
order
so
way too many.
there's a follow-up. Say you're at Shoe.
Perfect.
That's a great. I got to try this out. I'm going to write that one down. Shoe. I'm going to try. Last episode, Vulgar Chef said he likes Santiago's in Westfield, Mass.
Okay.
It's a Puerto Rican food, and I'm going tomorrow on my way to Lake George.
Nice.
So I can't wait. So
And there's another Brico up in the north end of Boston that is to die for.
Same owner, same
I
style.
don't. No, nothing.
Oh,
Billy's not. No Billy. It's just, that's what it's named up
Shoe.
there.
So you're at Shoe, and you could have 4 guests, any 4 guests in the world, dead or alive. Who are you eating with? If you need 5, you can have 5 guests.
All right. So I am eating with my grandfather, who passed the day before we found out I was pregnant. So I'm eating with my grandfather. I am eating with, let's name a famous person. Probably Michelle Obama. Let's name a a funny person. Oh, I am eating with, what's her name?
Got a show, a comedy show?
Yes, it's from
or
Ted.
the movie Ted? Ted Talks? Or
From
the little stuffed animal?
the coach Ted, the on Apple TV.
Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso.
Oh, yeah. What's his
Hannah, his boss. I love her to death. She's gorgeous and she's so funny. And I am eating I eat with my mom and my wife and my son every night. So sorry, you guys.
Yeah. Sometimes, do I got to pick my wife? I'm like, no, you could pick anybody you want. It's your world. It's hypothetical.
I know. Like, let me think. Like, someone I really want to, like, just sit down and, like.
I love the thought. And you're thinking out loud, too. I like that.
Oh, sorry. I would love to eat with. I need them to really like food. Ina Gardner, Barefoot Contessa.
Oh, I was
Thank
going to
you.
say, I don't know her.
Yeah, Barefoot Contessa. Someone who.
Is that on Netflix?
Barefoot
that
Contessa
on
is
Food
like
Network?
literally the most famous woman. Yeah, she's
My
on
wife
Food
and
Network.
kids probably know her.
They definitely
They
know the
watch
Barefoot Contessa. And let's keep it real because people are going to watch it and be like, you didn't say your girl's name. I would eat with like Hillary Clinton.
Nice. So we got Hillary, Michelle. No singers, no athletes. Okay, all right.
No.
Very interesting. I like your group.
If
That's a very
I went
entertaining
to,
dinner.
if I was going to eat with an athlete, I'd eat with Shaq. If I was going to eat with a singer,
Shaq's got a documentary coming out.
yeah, I've loved Shaq since Orlando. And then if I was going to eat with a singer, probably no, Aretha Franklin, so she could cook.
She's a cook too?
She was an amazing cook.
Interesting. Did not know that. RESPCT.
That's
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so you told me teacher for 19 years.
Yep.
I'm sure everyone has asked why you started Friends of Feeney, so I'm not asking that. If you could go on vacation
Ooh.
with anyone, 3 people, and they can't be your family, who would you choose to vacate with?
Vacation.
Because that's much deeper.
I
You gotta
like that
have
one.
to spend time with
Yeah.
these people.
Like dinner is like 45 to an hour. Go on your way. How long are we going on vacation? I could go anywhere I want.
Anywhere you want, weekend vacation, long weekend.
Wow, this is a good one. So some people turn around the dinner thing, and I say, Mr. Rogers, Cat Stevens, Old Dirty Bastard from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang. And who was it? Abraham Lincoln are my 4. But then sometimes it switches up.
Because you have alternates, right? What if
Right.
they can't make it to
Right,
dinner?
right.
You have to have alternates. Okay.
So Old Dirty's always on the list. And Mr. Rogers always on the list. Grandfather, I get that. That's a common one. Someone that a family member that has passed and you missed an opportunity. So my grandfather as well. But vacation. So I can name do I want to go crazy and get shot, stabbed, or stolen in Las Vegas with some crazy people, or do I want to go?
So he's choosing The Hangover
Right?
or Love, Eat, Pray.
Or do I'm really interested. I've been to Ireland a long time ago, so I don't have
Love
need to go
Ireland.
back to that, right? It's beautiful. And I went out there before they put the walls up and the fence for the Cliffs of Moher. And I guess now they're like 10 feet back. And you can't really. I crawled over to them and put my head over and looked down, and while my mother-in-law was like, "Get away! What are you doing?" She does sound like that too. She doesn't watch, so I can. Great
Hi,
mother.
Mom-in-law. I didn't do it.
Kidding. Man, vacation. Instagram gets you hooked. They showed something, top 10 places that look like you're on another planet, and somewhere in China has these mountains, they're really peaked, almost like how stagnolites hang from a cave, but it was like the opposite coming up.
Okay.
And you go on a hike through them. I thought that was really cool. If I want to go on a hike, I'd bring some nature guys. I don't know what I want to do for this weekend.
You got it.
Time is precious.
You're right.
And that weekend is going to be fantastic. All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid. Go. We're going to see, and I got to do sports too. So I want to go to the World Cup because that's a mess right now.
Good idea.
And I would say running with the Bulls, but that's dangerous. So.
And you don't want to deal with the animal rights activists with running.
Yeah, right. I don't want to get trampled either. I want to make it back to the wife and kids. Vacation. I'm going with.
See, you can tell he's a teacher because vacation is they do get their 2 months, but
Right?
he's right now is not in vacation mode.
No. And I work in the summer, so I really get a week before camp and a week after camp, which is right after school and before school. And we go to Lake George or somewhere fun. Or I went to St. John. You ever been there? St. John and St. Thomas?
Yes.
Just went there. Amazing place.
Don't you love it?
Oh, my God. I didn't want to leave. We were in the water. My wife doesn't swim. We were in the water for 6 hours one day. 6 hours.
That's
Didn't get out of the
awesome.
water.
That's how Bermuda is.
Wouldn't mind going there. And then snorkeling. First time I've ever snorkeled in my life. It changed my world. I saw
the best
bright,
places.
beautiful colors underwater in a whole different world. And so sometimes if I'm down and out nowadays, I put myself snorkeling.
All right, well, let's go snorkeling
Let's
that
go
weekend.
snorkeling.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
who
snorkeling.
you taking?
We're snorkeling. What's after St. John? What's another great snorkeling spot? Somewhere down there, I heard.
Belize, Bonaire.
Okay, we're gonna go there to snorkel. It's a whole snorkeling weekend and conversations. Some guy just mentioned Anthony Bourdain. I don't know too much about him, but he's an interesting person. But I'm not gonna pick him, so I'm gonna name
He's
people.
an
and
alternate. We'll keep
right?
him.
Yeah, he's. Let's see. Michael Jordan.
All right. All right.
It's kind of like a homer pick. I'm a Knicks fan, but he ruined our chances for championships multiple times. But I'm a big sneaker guy, and I have all the sneakers. So we talk sneakers and maybe play around the golf after.
You think Michael talks sneakers? I just want to know. You think he actually talks sneakers?
Has he
Because
seen
he's a
the latest
bourbon and cigar guy. So
I do that too.
All right.
Okay, so we'll do a bourbon cigar.
and talk sneakers.
I would bring up sneakers. Hey, I like the sneakers. Your 11s are great. And he'd be like, which ones are those? Okay. Man, shooting me down. So, and he probably is like not going to snorkel either. Jordan. Man, put me on the spot. Interesting people. I've never been perplexed on this show before. Episode 60. I'm
Welcome, you
speechless.
guys. Episode 60 with Ace Billings-Smith in the house.
Friends of Ace. Associates of Ace. Oh, so we'll go Jordan. Okay. Biggie Smalls.
Boom.
Here we go.
Biggie is not snorkeling, by the way.
Biggie Smalls.
He'll get in the water, though.
Yeah. Baby. He will not.
Gucci down to the socks.
He probably will not snorkel. So I got two guys that aren't snorkeling. I need someone
We'll go sit on the beach.
to actually get in the water with me.
Yeah.
Biggie, Jordan. I loved Anthony Mason. I love Dennis Rodman, but I already have an athlete. I did like. This is random. But hey, I'm going Macho Man Randy Savage.
He will get in the. Oh, yeah.
Brother.
He'll get in the water. He'll get in the water with you.
First name Macho, last name Man. Macho Man. Oh, brother. Random, but that's
He would have gotten in the water with you.
He'll come off the top rope, flying elbow,
Boom.
right in the water. Jordan.
Would you wear?
Oh, yeah, I was him for Halloween. That's my guy.
All right.
And then Jordan. Yeah, Jordan. People say he's not the happiest guy. Like,
Who, Jordan?
yeah.
I don't know.
All
if he's
business.
not- I mean, he's probably a business-oriented man. He has an entire brand built on his name, on his back. He has this. You have to realize with athletes and being you said your wife was an athlete. You were an athlete, but she played D1 also. You got a lot of pressure on your back, and when you go to the NBA. Well, just being in college, period, the amount of scrutiny on a 19-year-old is intense. And we're doing it because we love it. We're doing it for the opportunity. We're doing it to make ourselves better. And to have folks constantly criticize you who maybe have never picked up a ball in their life, And so him building his brand and coming from where he didn't even make his varsity team to start. His brother was actually better than him at one point. I don't think he's unhappy. He built things so that others could come behind and build better. And that's why you see Shaq and LeBron, the empires that they've built through trust and hard work and finding the right people to be around them that they trust. And I think that's a huge part. Like in the 80s and 90s when he was coming through, who was there? for him to
Yeah.
kind of build those networks of folks. So I'm sure he's a happy guy. He got plenty of money to be happy, but I think that got a lot on your shoulders, and you're getting criticized by multiple communities when you're an athlete. So
No, the athletes nowadays, even social media adds a whole nother element where people can reach out to them right away, immediately on a mistake or something they did in public. Something that you didn't have. Social media wasn't around. When were you a baller?
no. I 2004. So no, I wasn't. It wasn't around me. Like the most we had was MySpace, and I was picking out.
We have a couple more of these.
I was picking out whatchamacallit, like backgrounds and songs to be mad at someone about. I was
a little
not.
more?
No, I'm good. That keep me up all night.
Yeah, so talk about the hoop. How was University of Central Florida, Golden Knights,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Golden Knights?
Yep. We are now just the Knights, according.
Oh, really?
We took off Golden. I just read it, and
Was that a beef with West Point? Are they?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what it came to. I'm not even supposed to say Central Florida anymore, so I say UCF, University of Central Florida. No matter what, still a proud Knight. Charge on. Great school, great institution. Had a great coach. Not a lot of people get that experience.
And how was your hoop game?
I mean,
What position?
Google me.
Yes. Googles. I should have got the stat line.
You should have.
We got NBA Jam over here for Sega Genesis.
You
can get some.
if you're gonna ask me about hoops, you're supposed to
You can get
look
some.
at it. Yeah, let's play it out. You're supposed to know the stats. I did all right. You can find me in the book.
Nice.
You'll see my name, and I was the power forward. I was just at a best friend's wedding this past week. She played for FSU. We went to all our camps together. She was an amazing player. But her coach, the amazing and legendary Sue Samrow, came and walks up to me, and we're talking junk about a game. One of the teammates are there, and they're like, "Didn't you beat us that one year?" And I was like, "We didn't." I was like, "We were ahead, like going into halftime. We didn't beat y'all." And she's like, "It just feels like you beat us." So coach comes back to the table, and she's like, "What are y'all talking about?" I'm like, "How I had 15 rebounds on y'all in that game." And she's like, "I know. I tried to tell them that they keep trying to undersize you in your position, and they didn't know that they were going to be wrecked on the board." So to hear from someone who has been to the Elite Eight, Final Four, being like, "I told them you're undersized," and then saying, good get. I had amazing people I came up with, though. My God, I can't, I was a senior when Tarasi was a freshman, I think. But even in my class, I had, her name was Vanessa Randall, Vanessa Hayden. She went on to Florida. I had Sylvia Fowles came right behind me. I had another girl who went to Tennessee, who was a rock star. These are the people I was growing up playing, people who went to Duke, Florida, FSU, Miami, Stanford. I came through with a amazing group of ballers. So
That's awesome. What's your trick to rebounding?
trick?
Just want it more.
Just want it more. It's just natural.
Hip check. Do you see the physics off the ball? Do you?
I don't. It's so funny because I'm gonna tell you another story. You're gonna be here forever. My son's playing basketball now in 4th grade. He loves it. He actually has a really good shot, and I don't brag on him because I'm not that kind of parent, but shot's decent. So I actually started off at age 3 bowling. Was state champ at age 10. See how the eyes went interesting. My mom, biggest basketball fan in the whole entire world that you'll ever meet. She's like, one day she's like, "I'm going to pull you out of bowling. You're going to go play basketball." And I was like, "Why would we do that? I don't even know anything about this game." So my first camp was in 6th grade, the summer before 7th grade. And then I was tall. And so I went and tried out for the basketball team, and I ended up loving it. So She doesn't hear it often, but thanks, Mom. So rebounding just became my thing. It's, you know, you don't have to know how to shoot, which I can. You'll see it when you Google me. You don't have to know how to shoot. You don't know. It's just the want and determination, like, of getting the ball and blocks. I love anytime, like, I mean, and those are skill sets but I had hops. You know, I used to be able to grab the rim and all that jazz, but I love basketball. I really do, and I appreciate what it's given me because it puts you in the spaces that you normally wouldn't, you know, be able to be.
Yeah, it builds team. You learn how to win. You learn how to lose.
Correct.
You know, cooperation, all that's the perseverance. So many skills and life skills go into playing on a team.
Yeah. Oh, I have another question for you. What's your favorite word?
Favorite word? That's a good one. I've been on a bro kick, which is probably not good.
You're dealing with elementary students?
Yeah.
Of course you're on a bro kick.
And I'll say it to a kid, and then all of a sudden it's like, bro, you didn't do your homework, bro? And then all of a sudden it's like an echo. They all say it, bro, bro, bro. So then I go through the bros of the class. I'm like, I get myself. Bro. I'm trying to get away from the bro. I don't know if they said it first or I said it first, but it's in the room. I think
chicken or the egg,
right?
At this point.
I do love baklava. Is a great word to say. Baklava.
All right.
And hullabaloo. I got a lot of baklava. Thanks. That's another great question. 2 great point. Ace. 2 good questions. Who are you going on vacation with and your favorite word?
Those are good.
While you're on the roll, you have any recommendations? TV show, book, event, activity, restaurant?
All right. So right now, I'm working on this project with who should be on your list. Mike Keogh is the coolest dude in the world. He started I Am Not a Virus.
Is this a podcast? Is this
He is. It's an
Mike Keogh?
He is an Asian American, West Hartford. You know.
Was he on the board of ed?
No, Jason's on the board of ed, but they were Jason Chang and him. But he's.
What's Mike do?
Right now he's working for Connecticut Historical, the museum, the one
over by Elizabeth Park, the Historical Society.
So, but he starts I Am Not a Virus after the Asian hate thing, right? Like, and builds this like wave of like community activism within a group of folk that normally kind of stay underneath the radar. And he like, at least on the East Coast, I've been told on the West Coast where my aunt's from, like the activism's already going, but on the East Coast stays really low. They stay really low, and even keeled. And he builds this thing up to speak on Asian hate. He's the person behind Make Us Visible and curriculum. He's the he does everything he can to make sure that Asian American folks, AAPI folks, are being recognized, seen, heard. He's like my partner in all of this work, and he's just like this really low key guy with his wife and his 2 boys, and just you talk about somebody who's doing really good work. So anyways, right now I am reading.
That sounds amazing. Can you make the connection? Will he come on Feeney Talks with Friends? I would love to have him as a guest.
I am reading. We're on this project that he's created at the Connecticut Historical Society about like youth empowerment, but in a non-traditional way, not going after the students that are A and Bs, but people who are leading in their own way, young folks who are leading their own way. And he's making us read graphic novels right now.
Which are great.
A
lot of parents are concerned that their child comes home reading a graphic novel, and they ask a teacher, I'm like, please, no, you encourage that. That Diary of a Wimpy Kid has raised reading for elementary school
has.
males.
I will tell you right now, my child reads chapter books, a lot of graphic novels, and here's a bragging moment. He scored the 99th percentile in reading, and he reads a lot of graphic novels. Yeah. Do I like them?
Which one are you reading?
I just read Magic Fish. I am actually reading.
Oh, like a true reader, has it on you.
Displacement right now. This is about the Japanese internment camps. Because we're doing a project on generational traumas and how they affect our youth and how we can reconnect them to their history.
And this is through Mike? Or
This
no?
is through Mike.
Okay, great.
So this is
Can I
his.
check it out?
Yeah. So I'm reading
What's
that right
the reading
now.
level? It's like
I don't
middle school,
know.
high
There's
school?
another. It's 16 plus. Because I read Magic Fish, which was about a kid whose mother, they were immigrants, refugees actually, and they just got their status, and he's also trying to come out, and he's. I think they might be middle schoolers come out, but there's like a language barrier. There's a cultural barrier between like him and his mom, and then coming together. Like it's just the stuff that it's really good. And the other one I'm reading is I was reading 3 at a time. I can't remember the name of the
Pick it
other
up
one.
based on a mood, or you kind of just go back and forth? How do you pick?
based on
three?
based on the mood
Yeah.
for sure. And then the other one I can't remember the name of right this second, but it's a guy who started Afropunk and like his journey to starting that, and
Is that a graphic novel
yeah,
as well?
and it's a
It is.
graphic
Wow.
novel. So he chose really cool books for us to read. So that's what I'm reading right
That's
now.
also through Mike?
Yeah.
The Afropunk?
Yeah. So those are 3 books so that we can.
What's an Afropunk band you think of? Like,
Jada Pinkett Smith has an Afropunk
Okay.
band. I can't remember the name of them.
would Sly and the Family Stone be considered Afropunk, or were they rock
Probably
and roll?
back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Like if you
But in
shifted
this-
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably.
that makes sense, right?
I mean, Funkadelics would. You know what I mean?
George Clinton,
Yeah,
yeah.
George Clinton
True.
for sure. That's probably so. And it has a little heavy metal to it also. So there's some.
Is
moshing.
Jada the lead singer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And she screams in the mic and everything.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct.
Wow, yeah.
See, all coming back. So that TV shows. Oh gosh. Right
You're
now.
reading 3 books, so.
Right now, but I have to watch a show. Right now, I just started a new season of The Crown. I watch a really crazy cartoon called Tuca and Birdie, and that's Tiffany Haddish and Ali Wong. That's Adult Swim stuff. And then we watch family stuff.
I just started Yellowstone.
Nice. I'm waiting for Ted Lasso to come back.
I haven't got into that.
Oh, you know what the best show is, which you should watch, is Abbott Elementary.
Oh, I know.
Is hands down
A woman just won Best Actor. She's from Waterbury,
correct.
where I'm from. Waterbury, represent, I forgot her name, but she's
Cheryl Ralph.
Cheryl Ralph. She is Waterbury legend.
I'm telling you, Abbott
And
Elementary.
she's the kindergarten teacher, or third grade.
Yeah. Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
She is amazing, and that is the best show on TV right now.
And what service is that? Is that Peacock, Netflix, Amazon?
It has to be it's ABC or ABC. I'm trying
ABC?
to, because they all have
So many, yeah.
a different look. The CBS show versus the ABC
Yeah.
show versus NBC.
No, I
it
have to
must
get
be
into that.
NBC. It might be ABC or NBC because I'm like,
How many seasons?
this is their
Oh, wow,
second.
only 2.
Yeah,
Great.
you can hop into that. That's amazing.
Very
And
cool.
then I'm morbid, so I watched a lot of documentaries and a lot of like murder documentaries because why not?
Yep. Nothing to go to bed at 9 o'clock. You gotta rest.
gotta-
Let's put on a doc that's murdering everyone. Yep, I'm there.
I think you've asked me the most questions where someone actually learns personal things about me. So
Oh, nice.
like really personal.
How many podcasts have you been on?
Quite a few between podcasts and interviews. Quite a few,
Nice.
but like this is like
Oh, the woman who interviewed you and surprised you with Connecticut Most Remarkable Woman
yeah.
from Waterbury.
Oh, is
Another
she?
one. Alicia Ray, something next to, was it Alicia Ray? Maybe something. Tagula. And then, I don't know. There was Ken Kuhn.
Ken
Yeah.
was there
All right.
for sure.
And then Dawn Ellis wrote a wonderful article in
NSC,
Forbes.
Yep.
She's coming on the podcast.
Cool. She's good people. She's
Barry Walters has been on the
Yes.
podcast.
I
Rich
saw.
Peoples.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Liam Sweeney.
Yeah.
Who else? Trying to get another Waterbury. I saw you took a selfie with her, Johanna Hayes.
Yeah, let me know.
Yep.
She's
Reach out to her. Say, hey, I'm going to send her. I sent her Chief Riddick. We mentioned her. We're going to get her on. I just saw her recently in Meriden. She's coming.
she'll come.
She'll come, right?
Yeah, she's good people. She'll come.
We
She'll
worked
come.
together in a summer school program 2 summers in a row, me
Yeah.
and her. So, yeah, we're good peeps.
Yeah, she'll come.
We'll send her a selfie after. Will that help?
Absolutely. That'll always help.
I'm doing anything I can. What minute are we on? Because we got a game, and then we're going to end.
We're over an hour 10-ish.
Hour 10. Hour with Feeney. We usually go 50 minutes with Feeney.
My bad.
Now we go hour 10 with Feeney. All right, we got sponsors. Crazy Question, sponsored by Donut Crazy. Are you ready for some crazy questions?
I'm ready.
Would you rather shake hands with an octopus or rub your nose with a shark? Wow, that was a good one.
Shake. Oh, octopus are really smart. Rub my nose with a shark.
Are you Yankees or Red Sox?
Neither.
Who do you like for baseball and basketball and soccer and all that stuff?
Baseball. I will do this for my best friends. I am a Phillies Eagles fan for the rest of the year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. I used to be a huge Bronco fan. I was tormented when I was a Miami Dolphin fan. So I'm going to be Phillies and Eagles for the rest of
This
the year.
might be your year to hop back on the Dolphins train.
I see. Tua is doing it up. I see
Tua,
it.
Tyreek, and this Waddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to hop back on. Would you rather have your birthday every day or Christmas every day?
Christmas.
Would you rather have a pencil or a pen?
Pen.
Would you rather fight with your brother or your sister?
Don't have any siblings.
Oh, you're an only child? That explains every... No. Would you rather red or blue?
Red.
Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie. All the way.
Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron?
I'm going to still take LeBron.
LeBron? Would you rather live in a mansion or a farm?
A mansion because we already own a farm.
Nice. Where's that?
Michigan.
Wow. Would you rather break your leg or break your arm?
Arm.
Would you rather have an extra finger or an extra toe?
Toe.
All right. Sparkling water or flat water?
Sparkling.
Would you rather drink buffalo sauce or drink sweet and sour sauce?
Either.
Would you rather live without indoor plumbing or electricity?
Electricity.
So you'd rather have... Okay. Wow. That was quick, too. No thought. Would you rather be 3 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
8.
Right? How many dunks? Just dunking on
Like
people.
all over it.
Would you rather be a famous singer or a famous actor?
Singer, because I try it every day. It's not working out for me, though, so I'll just keep doing the 18 other jobs that I do.
Would you rather be a great skateboarder or a great juggler?
Juggler. I just feel like jugglers are so cool. I mean, skateboarders are very cool, but I just feel like I can't juggle. I can't spin a ball on my finger.
Come on, as a
I
hoopster,
swear.
you can't do the across the body and spin it. Can you do
Yeah, I can do the spider. I can do everything except
Yeah.
for spin a ball on my finger.
Nice. Would you rather meet a famous actor or Michelle Obama? Knew the answer to that one.
Obama.
Would you rather speak every language or play every instrument?
Speak every language.
Would you rather eat pizza that tastes like ice cream or ice cream that tastes like pizza? That trips up everyone.
What flavor? Ice cream.
No. Whatever ice cream flavor you want.
Well, like if it's a maple bacon, then I want a pizza that tastes like ice cream. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you... Man. All right. I'll be perplexed. We'll do a couple more.
Quick on our toes.
Got that. Jordan, Kobe. Would you rather have... For 1 year, would you rather have tiny baby hands or tiny baby feet?
with my short hands. I don't know. Feet.
Would you rather be a ninja or a pirate?
A ninja.
All right. Well, that concludes Crazy Questions, sponsored by Donut Crazy. Do you have a favorite
Thank you.
donut?
Oh, anything with like fruity pebbles.
Ooh, yeah, they have those down there.
Yeah.
So we did crazy questions. We reviewed who you'd go to dinner with. I had a wonderful time talking with you. I look forward to future collaborations. Thank you so much for coming and being a guest on Feeney Talks with Friends. Do you have any closing remarks?
Thank you, Eric. No, just shout out to all the people. Thank you for supporting an amazing nonprofit like Friends with Feeney, and for supporting my nonprofit, Concerned Parents of Color in West Hartford. I really just appreciate everybody out there. And I hope you learned a little bit more about me today and my quirkiness, because it's quirky.
So Ace, you're dealing with the Ace. She's a baller, she's a lawyer, she's a flight attendant, she's an equity coordinator, she's a mom, she's a wife, she is, the list goes on and on and on, a volunteer, community activist, just a wonderful person and a great friend. Thank you so much for talking with us. Episode 60 was huge. We had a wonderful guest. I hope you come back and, try the snack and a beverage.
That's for sure.
Your Buffy's best.
Thank you.
And on 3, we'll say, be a good friend. 1, 2, 3.
Be a good friend.